Hi everybody, and welcome to Self-Help FAQ, the YouTube channel. I'm Barb, your host. Let me ask you something. Do you think you can change your life in just 24 hours? Or does it take time, energy, and sustainable rituals? Well, today we're putting two books head to head that will answer those questions in the first of our series called Books That Transform. And we'll find out which one of those will give the most lasting transformation. All right, so let's begin. In this corner, we've got the 24-hour turnaround, weighing in at 4.8 ounces, our lightweight champion. And this might be a small size, but there are big promises. And in this corner, weighing in at 11.2 ounces, backed by decades of performance psychology, elite coaching, and powerful case studies, is The Power of Full Engagement. Managing energy, not time, is the key to high performance and personal renewal by Jim Lower and Tony Schwartz, if I'm pronouncing that first name correctly. It's the heavyweight contender of sustainable success. Before we step into the ring, though, let's find out how we're going to be scoring these books. We'll be using 6 categories. The first one is relatability. So can the average reader see themselves in the stories? Second, practicality. How easy are the ideas to use today? 3, depth of transformation. Does the book create real-life change? 4, emotional impact. Does it move you or spark something inside? 5, case studies. How well does it show transformation through real examples? And 6, long-term sustainability. Will the change stick or fade? There'll be one winner for each category. And at the end, we'll reveal the final scorecard to crown the champion. So book number 1, the 24-hour turnaround, is built around one idea. Your life can change the moment you decide to change it. The book is structured into 24 short chapters, each one representing an hour, and each chapter gives you a mental or emotional shift you can make today. The tone is inspirational and faith-based, weaving scripture through ideas like revaluing your self-worth, transforming your thoughts, visualizing your best self, adjusting your attitude, choosing better people to surround yourself with that uplift you, breaking your destructive habits, organizing your day, setting your goals, taking charge of your emotions, investing in yourself financially and personally, building persistence, and daily renewal rituals. So this book is all about immediate action, emotional clarity, and creating momentum quickly. That matters later when we talk about practicality and emotional impact. Now, readers of these books, or at least this one I'm going to start with, readers of this book did have some critiques. And I, for one, usually before I buy anything, whether it's a book or an appliance or anything else, services, I always look at the complaints or what might be missing or disappointing to be better informed about what I should buy as a consumer. So here are some of the critiques that I heard or read about. Some mentioned that this book has a Christian slant, so this may not resonate with everyone. And others felt the 24-hour chapter format was motivating but not very deep, saying they wanted more complexity. And some found the promise of a 24-hour turnaround a bit optimistic, especially for long-term issues. But as I went through the book, I did pick out a few things that I really liked. And one of them comes from chapter 17, which is called The Discovery of Excellence. And so this one tells a story about a man who bought a fixer-upper house, and he renovated it beautifully. inside and out and the lawn and everything, and but it wouldn't sell. So he asked the realtors, well, what's wrong with the house? And they said, it's not the house, it's the neighborhood. So instead of giving up, he bought more houses on the street. He fixed those up too, and eventually inspired the entire neighborhood to beautify their homes too. And only then did his houses sell. The chapter ends with 10 principles of excellence, such as pay attention to detail, don't settle for being average, be known for integrity, and always give 110%, never stop improving. So this hit me personally because this is exactly what I'm trying to do with my 2 YouTube channels and the work that I do, my self-help channel, and I also have a music channel. And I'll link that below in the description box if you're interested in checking the other channel out. I want to bring excellence into my music performances and into my self-help content. I'm always trying to do that. So this example shows why the 24-hour turnaround is incredibly strong in emotional impact and practical start today change. And let's move on to book number 2 and see how it does. So the power of full engagement rests on one idea, that managing your energy, not your time, is the key to high performance and a meaningful life. And the authors are high performance counselors or coaches who spent decades training athletes and executives. Their work uncovered 4 types of energy every person needs to manage. That would be physical energy, so how you fuel your body; emotional energy, so that's how you handle stress and recovery; and mental energy, which is your ability to focus; and spiritual energy, your purpose and values. So this book walks you through the story of Roger B., who starts burned out and disengaged. And at the end of the book, you find out about his transformation and how his life was totally transformed. You'll find in the book, you'll find out the science of stress and recovery. It talks about nutrition, sleep, and movement as energy sources, and turning threat into challenge, creating mental focus and realistic optimism, finding your deeper purpose, and defining your personal rules of engagement. And a big one is telling the truth about your current habits before you can even change them, and building daily rituals that make energy sustainable. So this book is all about long-term transformation, real-life case studies, and sustainable systems. So now we come to the critiques part, which I told you before, this is what I like to do before I buy anything. I want to know what doesn't work or is disappointing about something I might be buying. So the critiques about this book were, some felt that the tone leaned heavily toward corporate or athletic clients, although I can say there is a lot of things for parents and everyday people too. Others said the energy framework could feel overwhelming if you want simple steps. And a few mentioned some examples feel a bit dated, but the principles still hold. And so as I was reading this book, the story that really, the case study that really hit home with me, or that I could relate to, was one about Sarah D. And Sarah worked in a hospital, and she was completely overwhelmed with emails, calls, interruptions, and messy piles of unfinished projects. So even her colleagues knew that she needed quick bullet points because she never had time to focus. So she was scattered, disorganized, and reactive. Honestly, so much like me, or how I used to be a few years ago. And because of this book, I worked on those things, and a lot of it has changed, and it's been many years since I read the book. And so with coaching, she created a morning ritual that included journaling and mental preparation during her commute. She cleaned her desk, built a filing system, and used a do not disturb sign. for deep focus project time. So her transformation reminded me that rituals, not willpower, are what stabilize mental energy. And that's where the power of full engagement excels. Relatability, case studies, and long-term sustainable transformation. So now that you've heard about those two books, what they do, and some of the cons in the books and some of the examples that I pulled out, let's talk about how the 6 rounds have gone for what they might be, which of the rounds they might be winning. So round 1 in relatability, the 24-hour turnaround uses simple stories, but they're often faith-based. And the power of full engagement uses everyday workers, parents, executives, and athletes. So in my opinion, the winner of that round is the power of full engagement. Round 2, practicality. The 24-hour turnaround has short chapters, immediate steps, and very start today. The power of full engagement requires planning and rituals, so it's not instant. So in this round, I think 24-hour turnaround wins. And in round 3, in depth of transformation, the 24-hour turnaround is great for quick shifts, but not deep long-term change. And the power of full engagement builds lasting systems and deeper life alignment. So the winner in this round, I think, would be the power of full engagement. So in round 4, for emotional impact, the 24-hour turnaround is inspiring, heartfelt, and uplifting. And the power of full engagement is more clinical and less emotional. So the winner in this round, I believe, would be the 24-hour turnaround. Now, round 5 on case studies, the 24-hour turnaround is more conceptual and has fewer real-world examples. The power of full engagement has rich case studies and relatable struggles. So the winner in that one would be the power of full engagement. In round 6, for long-term sustainability, the 24-hour turnaround has excellent spark, but maybe not a long-term framework. But I do know that I go back to this book a lot when I just need to get a spark from it. And the power of full engagement is built entirely on sustainable rituals. So I believe in this round, the winner is the power of full engagement. So let's take a look at the final scorecard. So here's the final scorecard. We have the 24-hour turnaround, the power of full engagement. In relatability, the winner is the power of full engagement, practicality, the 24-hour turnaround, depth of change, the power of full engagement, emotional impact, the 24-hour turnaround, case studies, the power of full engagement, and sustainability, the power of full engagement. So 2 checks for the 24-hour turnaround and 4 checks for the power of full engagement. So we have a winner. And the winner is the power of full engagement. So let's give them a hand. So as the winner is the power of full engagement, in my opinion, I'm going to give it the self-help FAQ seal of approval. Little gold right here. Won the gold. And so it might take a longer amount of time and more commitment and effort, but it does deliver the knockout punch with being more sustainable for your life, more transformational, more sustainable for your life. That's what I believe anyway. Which of these books do you think you want to read first? I think you should read them both and make your own decision on which one is better for you. And let me know down in the comments which book is more appealing to you for what it does. And thank you for tuning in. And I hope this little book battle has helped you decide on a book that might transform your life. Thanks for hanging around and stopping by, and we will see you on the next Books That Transform episode. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.